Hello and welcome to my video. I will be showing you the top 20 games that can be hacked using Lucky Patch'em. I've checked all the games and they all work as of the 7th of September 2019. I've tried to only add games you might enjoy, so high quality fun games. I've also recently came across some new online games that can be hacked. They're included in this video. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like as it helps. Enjoy. So the very first game on the list is Fallout Shelter. This is a very popular survival game set in a world full of mayhem and death. The objective of the game is simple: survive and maintain your bunker. You run this survival bunker and you're responsible for everyone's happiness, their well-being and so on. As you progress, you upgrade your bunker, add more rooms, upgrade your residents and even send them out into the wasteland to explore and bring back items. It's really fun and works offline. You can also have multiple game save files. Number 19. Cover Fire, a 3D third-person shooter experience. There's more than 20 heroes to play as, roughly around 20-25 heroes. Each hero has their own style, so one is a sniper, another is more RPG type, and so on. One prefers assault rifles. There's a decent amount of game modes to choose from, and also a campaign mode is included. The graphics are HD, which make the game a lot better. Survival Island Evo. I was actually pretty surprised that this game worked. When I was checking the game out, it's got really high reviews. It's got around about 10 odd million downloads. It's really impressive, so I genuinely thought it wouldn't work. But I downloaded it, I ran it with Lucky Patch, and it turns out it works. So the graphics are really good. This is a survival home building game. The objective of the game is to survive the wild, the wilderness, hunt animals, get food, stay hydrated and keep your character alive. Gather resources and build a house. There are animals like lions, crocodiles and so on that you have to be wary of. There's a load of different islands to explore and just lots of fun things to do. The game auto saves your progress and you can have I think you can have 3 game save files. But one thing I don't like about this game is that you need Wi-Fi to play, so you can't play it offline. That's the only negative, but also a online multiplayer mode is going to be added soon, so you can play with your friends or random people on the internet, whatever you prefer. Shadow Stickman Dark Rising. In a world full of cruelty, you are the last hope. This is pretty much the typical, the world's been taken over by darkness, you're the last light. So there's 50 different types of enemies, 50 levels, each level getting harder as you progress. There are 4 different stickmen to choose from. Each stickman represents one natural element, so air, fire, water, and the 4th one is air, fire, water, earth. So overall I would say this is a pretty decent offline game. It barely takes any of your storage and it's easily one of the best stickman fighting games on the market. I would definitely recommend it. Next up we have Major Mayhem, run and gun shooting action. This is your arcade shooting game set in 3D environments. You alone embark on a mission to defeat all evil. There are 45 levels with a total of 150 mission objectives. You can customize your character with 42 different outfits. This game also made it onto the Editor's Choice. It received the Editor's Choice Award last year and was described as a hilarious take on movie stereotypes. I played the game for about 15 minutes. It's okay, but it gets a bit repetitive, but it's got a lot of downloads. I think it's got about 15 or 20 million downloads, so there's definitely people out there that enjoy this. So that's why it made it onto the list. Pixel Car Racer. This is a must-have game for people that enjoy car racing games or have a passion for cars. Now this is a very popular game. The name pretty much sums up the game. This is a pixel car racing game which is offline, but it has a massive following. So why is this game so popular? Well, if you play the game, it all makes sense. The game is just so well made and enjoyable. There's really near infinite customization options. The gameplay is an RPG sandbox type of thing. There are over 100 cars to choose from, and the cars are split into 3 sections, like 3 Three different sections for the cars, one being Japanese, American and European. They're all three of the sections to choose from. There's also a manual shifting option. There's a realistic engine system and over 1000 car parts to choose from when it comes to upgrading your vehicle. This game is specifically made for car enthusiasts, but it's just as fun for regular people. Also, updates happen every other week, so more is added. The Pixel Car Racer community is a little sensitive, so you have to be careful. They get upset really quickly. I know from personal experience, as my previous video got striked over an 8-second clip I used. All in all, a solid 10 out of 10 game you should add to your offline collection. Blacksmith Merge Idol. What do you do when you merge two swords? What do you get when you merge two swords? You get a long pointed dagger sword. What happens when you merge two of those? You get a spear. When you merge two spears, you get a hunting rod, and so on. Keep merging and craft the ultimate weapon. There are over 80 complete weapons to make. I personally didn't like this game. I played for about 5 minutes and then I gave up on it. I found it boring, but some people may enjoy it. It has over 1 million downloads, so there must be someone out there that plays this. Next up, we have another Stickman fighting game, Stick Shadow Warfight. This is a 1v1 stick fighting game heavily inspired by Dragon Ball Z. Each character has their own fighting style copied directly from DBZ, with the exception of some. So they're trying to be as accurate as possible, and it's pretty impressive how much detail was put into the fighting styles, fighting options, customization and game in general. The thing is, there's about 40 odd characters to choose from, and each character, with the exception of maybe one or two, each character has a unique fighting style that's either from Dragon Ball Z or it's inspired by Dragon Ball Z. So that's pretty impressive if you think of how many hours it took them to replicate every single fighting style. Yeah, the graphics are smooth and high quality. It's a well made game, free of glitches. This is a pretty fun game. I would recommend it. It's actually pretty good. Bruce Lee Dragon Fight. This is based on the legendary martial artist Bruce Lee. You play as him, you play as Bruce Lee. This is an endless type of game. So the objective of the game is to set the highest score. The controls are comfortable and the gameplay is smooth. How far can you go? How far can you go? Planet Breaker. This is still in development. What this means is that this app was recently released, so not all the functions are working right now. This is online, so you can play against other players. You can play it up to 9 players online. There's 2 to 4 game modes currently. The objective of the game is to destroy planets and gain supremacy in your universe. That's the offline aspect. So you can play offline or you can play online. If you play offline campaign mode, the objective is to destroy all the planets and pretty much beat all the levels. And if you play online, then the objective is to beat all the players and rank the highest in your lobby. Sonic Dash 2. The extremely popular Sega game has now had a second mobile game released. This is an endless runner. The objective of the game is to set the highest score possible and to compete against your friends and people on the leaderboard. New 3D worlds, challenges and features have been added. There's multiple characters to choose from: Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, and a newly added character named Sticks. You can customize your characters and just have fun. Toon Shooters 2. An arcade side-scrolling shooter inspired by the golden era of arcade shooters. This game is 5-player co-op multiplayer. What this means is you and 4 of your friends can play online together, but the online, this is how it works. So there's 2 game modes. One is campaign, so you and 4 friends can complete the campaign together and try and set a high score, or try and what's when you speed, like you sort of speed boost through it and try to set a high score. Or the second game mode is this sort of endless game mode, and the objective is for you and your 4 friends is to set the highest score possible. So it never ends, the endless never ends, you just have to set a high score. Bruce Lee entered the game. Non-stop 2D action, fight for justice as one of the best martial artists of all time, Bruce Lee. Beat thousands of enemies, and after each stage there's a boss fight. There are 40 levels in total and the game is compatible offline. 40 levels means 40 boss fights. Nothing beats a boss fight. Rage Racing 3D. This game has a good balance between vehicle parkour and racing. The graphics are 3D based and are decent. There's a wide range of luxury cars to choose from, you can customize your vehicles and so on. There are two game modes, endless mode and career mode. The objective of the endless mode is to see how big of a score you can set, and the objective of the career mode is to try and beat all the levels. There are more than 100 levels. Number 9, Evac. Evac is a modern Pac-Man variation, but they made it look much more attractive and added some new features in, which is a good change. You're a prisoner who is trying to break free of the maze, but is constantly chased down by security. You have to beat the system and destroy all 32 levels in order to escape. The game isn't as straightforward as you might think, instead it's pretty creative. There's no one set way of escaping or beating the level, instead there's a load of different ways, meaning you can play however you like. Use stealth or brute force, it's up to you. CROSSY Road, an endless arcade hopper which has over 200 million downloads. The objective of the game is to see how far you can get. The idea is simple and fun. You can play same device multiplayer, play against your friends and family, and challenge each other for the top score. Same device multiplayer means that half your mobile screen is split, so two players can play on one device and compete against each other real time. Rodeo Stampede Sky Zoo Safari. Saddle up and get ready to wrestle with the stampede. Armed with a lasso, jump from animal to animal and get as far as possible. Lions, tigers and bears stand no chance. Fill your zoo with the animals you capture. Overall, I enjoyed this. At first the game was lagging a little, but after closing and starting the app up, it ran perfectly. Zombie Catchers. This is an action-adventure game. It's offline compatible. The objective of the game is to see if you can beat all the levels and set the highest score. The game gets much better as you progress further. When you initially start playing, then it's pretty boring, but when you're on level 15, then it sort of kicks in. Turret Fusion. When tower defense meets idle games, you get turret fusion. You have to use your turrets to stop the alien invasion, so you're sort of Earth's last line of defense. As you combine your turrets together, you make a stronger turret, a more advanced turret. You keep on combining them until you have the ultimate weapon. At first I found this game fun, but after a while, once you've eventually unlocked everything, then it becomes repetitive. Once it gets to that point, then the game changes from trying to stop the alien invasion and saving Earth to just increasing your score as much as possible. Last but not least, we have the game Amongst Us. This game is fully online compatible. You can play with 4 to 10 players, local or online. Matchmaking is supported. The objective of the game works in two ways. Either you complete all your missions as a crewmate before the imposter kills you all, or you have to kill everyone without being exposed. So pretty much there's 10 players on the team, there's 10 players in the team. And amongst you there's 1, 2 or 3 imposters depending on the game settings. Everyone seems like a crewmate on the surface, so the only way to find out who the imposter is by working it out. Keep an eye on everyone and look out for suspicious behavior, or catch them in the act of killing someone. It's a really fun game, I recommend it. You can... Bloody hell. It's a really fun game, I recommend it. You can host your own game and play with friends, or make a public lobby and play with randoms. I hope you enjoyed my video, thank you for watching. If this video gets 100 likes, then I'll make an even bigger part 2. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video as it helps. Thank you for watching.